YOLO, David.
YOLO. What
Good
it
morning.
do?
Hold on, let me check.
Good
I am.
morning. It is good evening. What are you talking about?
Hold on, let me mute this. There you
Talking
go.
about some good morning.
I mean,
Good.
what I say? Dude,
Yeah.
it has been one of those days, one of those weeks, one of
Yep.
those everything. I have been completely uh, David left me, guys. We've been having technical difficulties, people. That is why we were late today. So we're gonna figure out. David's gonna get on his real quick, and yeah, here it comes.
All right.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah, you got to go into the wrong thing too. I
You told me what to click. I clicked on what you told me.
told you restream.
That was it, wasn't it? What color is it?
It's not a color. It just says R.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
It won't let me do it. It kicked me out.
What
That sucker was like, no. It's like, you got to do it.
post was created? Deleted. Okay, let me remove you. You'll need to go to Facebook and delete the stream. Okay, get out of here. Get out, David.
Okay.
I'll just remove you, and then put that little thing back on there. Okay, he'll come back in a minute. You listen, we've been having a really, really interesting time getting everything together today for whatever reason. We are definitely on episode 16. So we've done 16 of these episodes.
Huh.
And welcome back. Is it good this time?
No.
It has the little purple guy. I don't know what's wrong with your stuff.
It says restream. It's the R.
Stream elements. All I have
Restream.
is hold up. Oh, okay. Let me kick you out again then.
You shouldn't have to kick me out. You should just be able to move it.
No, it doesn't let me just do it. Hold on. I mean, I could try it. Let me see. See what? Nope, because it's making me try to upgrade. Let me remove your ass skin and go for the R. Now I see what he's saying. Y'all listen. David did some critiquing while I was gone on my vacay. And so now we are trying to sort everything out to make sure we are good. He's trying to come back in. Let's see if he's back. Are you back?
Now I see it. Okay. Yeah. Now I
Welcome
can
back.
see what's
Welcome
going
back.
on.
You know what though? That might be what happened last time because I had that little purple thing. I didn't realize that
Mm-hmm.
R was right there.
Yeah, I changed it the
Okay.
last time, but this time,
See what
for
I'm
some
saying?
reason, it wouldn't let me update it.
I just told our audience that. I said David be messing with stuff and I don't know what he done did. And so now, it is what it is. So what's up, my people? Welcome to the 16th episode, like I said, of the We Time podcast with
Whoop,
your
whoop.
girl Tish Kanani and my boy DJ Spin. I am David.
DJ Spin. I am.
Now you're a beatboxer. Beatboxer.
Boom, boom, boom.
What is it?
Beat
Beat
boxer.
boxer. I'm over here like
Beat
boxer, like I don't know how to speak
box.
correctly.
Beat boxer.
I know my mouth is getting stuck. First of all, no, I was about to blame it on the peanut butter that I was eating, but for real, I be saying like price chop there sometimes, and
Price
might
chopper.
case it because for the longest up until maybe like last week, I kept saying get off that damn Roblox.
Roblox.
He's like, Mom, it's not Roblox, and Mike's just cracking up. He laughs too hard. He can't even tell me it's not Roblox. I didn't know what it was because they look like a little blob, so I thought it was Roblox. Whatever.
Roblox.
No,
All
whatever.
right. Now I
What's
got
up, David?
I got multiple screens
Let me
going
see.
on. I got
I be forgetting. I be forgetting what my buttons say while you get your shit together.
okay.
Hey, I bet you that's a little rumble in the jungle. I bet you that's what your boy is feeling. Your boy P Diddy.
Oh
'Cause
man. P. Diddy. P. Diddy
sorry.
got some things going on right now. And
Listen.
I say a lot of this stuff has changed. Back in the day, they used to be able to get away with a lot of stuff. I mean, because technology and word of mouth move differently.
This is the
And
cancel season. This new generation, you tell them that they hair ain't blue enough and they canceling your ass, they gonna find a reason. You are against me
man,
and my individuality. Now listen, first of all, I'm talking about this culture. I'm not talking about why P. Diddy is in trouble, but you are correct. Like so many back then, so many people got away with so much stuff. Now
right,
they got
right.
like who else involved? Aaron
Uh,
Hall, Jamie Foxx. Who else they
Jamie
pulling
Foxx,
in?
Aaron Hall,
I seen 50 Cent post something
50
of
Cent.
P.
50
Diddy
Cent is
smacking
going
Jay-Z's
off.
ass.
Yeah, 50 Cent is going off of everything, on off of everything that's
He
been going on. Matter of fact, I forgot who it was.
I ain't
Was
gonna
it
lie, he's my favorite troll.
was it 50 that
50 is
posted a
my favorite
video
troll.
of Cassie balled up in a ball underneath the blanket? Yeah, dude,
I don't know.
it's
What? I haven't seen
going.
that one.
Yeah, it's bad. Like all kinds of stuff is just coming out right now. So, they settled real quick and got that one off. But the
Dude,
crazy
in
thing,
less than, like, 72 hours, I think it was probably, like, 2 once it hit the waves, I think they were settled by that night.
yeah, but he was supposed to be coming out with a new album, and it was like a big mess that ended up rolling out with that, which was messed up. So
What do you think was messed up? The fact that
so
she chose that time or what?
I wouldn't say that is that, because what happened with it was, they had the Survivors Act, that ruling where survivors of any type of sexual assault were able to go ahead and bring forth charges on, whoever did it to them, and it was about to expire. So it allowed people where they had cases where it was outside the statute of limitations, where they were able to go ahead and basically get the ball rolling for a case if they had all the evidence and stuff like that. So,
Mm,
she brought it up right before, it was set to expire. And, with stuff like that, especially when you're dealing with powerful men, I can understand where that could be intimidating, especially with all the allegations that were brought against him.
yeah.
And it wasn't like a he say she say kind of situation. It was like detailed information. It wasn't, well, he did this and he did that and that was it. No, she came with a laundry list of things, and you know as quickly as it came up, like a dust storm, it died down. So there had to
No, it
been some
didn't.
type of. No, I'm just saying, as far as
Her
she
part of
brought
it
it,
did,
she brought it up, and they smacked it down like, yeah, yeah, let's get that. No, no, we don't want this out here.
but the
It
damage
wasn't.
was already done by that point.
Yeah, it was already done.
The
It
damage
was
was
it
already
was it was
done.
it was past done. It was past
Yeah,
done. And the
yeah. He
crazy
was
thing
already
about.
getting
Yeah, but the crazy thing about it was, they said that Cassie was dating
Cuddy.
Kid Cudi,
Mhm.
and they got into it, Diddy, and his
Allegedly.
car allegedly, and then his car blew up.
We
And
ain't trying to be like Tasha K.
nah,
Allegedly.
nah. And then allegedly, well, the meme was J. Cole got into it with P. Diddy one time and ain't touched the car since.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
J. Cole.
yeah,
Wait, is that true
J.
though?
Cole,
J. Cole doesn't drive?
he rides a bike. It said
Wait,
it was the meme. People was making fun of it.
he
Said he
does he
got
really
into
ride
it.
a bike?
Yeah, yeah, he rides a bike. He's like a minimalist. But
I could see
the
that.
running
J.
the
Cole,
running
I
joke
fucks with
was
J. Cole.
he he got into it with P Diddy that one time, and he ain't touched the car since.
But, I didn't realize that people were bringing in, like, people like, Aaron Hall, but when they, like, bring first of all, let's just call a spade
but
a spade.
but that
People can
whole
say
thing,
whatever they want, but we had already talked about this on a different episode with, like, Keith Sweat. Key
Yeah,
Sweat lyrics, one of his hits, "You May Be Young, But You're Ready."
yeah. But
Ready
then the
to come on now.
yeah. But the thing with Aaron Hall was Aaron Hall's girlfriend, was supposedly underage, you
At
know?
the time?
Yeah, at the time.
Mm.
So, he's in it because his girlfriend was actually trying to bring up some stuff about Luke because she was a background dancer for Uncle Luke back in the day.
Big booty hoes, bump with it, with it. Luke was listen,
Yeah,
Uncle
with
Luke
Tula
yeah, let me just shut
yeah.
up.
But the
Bring
thing
back my
about
Gotti
that
days.
was, she's trying to go ahead and bump heads with Uncle Luke, but he got paperwork. So it's like for her to even be in a video, they had to get lawyers. It's like the underage person had to get lawyers, and then Luke had to have his lawyers, and they draw up the documents and stuff like that for them to even be, in the videos.
In the
And he
parameters of it.
yeah, yeah, they
Yeah.
even be able to be a part of it. So it's like, dude, it's
But
just nuts.
I think what's important to understand is, like, you pretty much nailed it. Not excusing any of this. I'm not excusing any of this, but we lived in a different time. Like,
Mhm.
you gotta remember, like, in the '60s and '70s or whatever, uh, your grandparents or your aunties and great uncles was that was it was okay at the time. Hell, they had situations where parents were signing off for their 15-year-olds to marry off into, 18, 19, 20-year-olds that were going into the military, It wasn't, um, unheard of at that
Mhm.
time. And then you can look even in my generation, like, most of the girls growing up had older boyfriends. If we were middle
Mhm.
school, they were trying to talk to the high school boys, or when you're in high school, you're talking to, guys college or whatever, or out of school. I mean, it wasn't not to say that it's right, especially as a grown adult. I'm not saying that under any circumstances. What I am saying though is like that stuff went unnoticed so much because it was so common. It was so, a lot of times, like you said, if they had a underage girl or if they had, a girlfriend at a lot of times all they had to do was get permission from the parents to move forward. As long as the permission was granted from the parents, they could do whatever they needed to do and, stick with their parameters. Like you said, he had
Mhm.
lawyers and everything else involved, which was the same thing with like marriage and things back in the day. People was getting married super young. A lot of them were, and it was just normal, I guess.
Right.
Now
But I
it's like
mean, the thing with her was, she was saying that Uncle Luke was a part of the grooming,
of her,
grooming
the
her,
girlfriend, and this is the allegedly the
the
ex-girlfriend of Aaron Hall,
yeah, of Aaron Hall.
right? That's how
Yeah,
he got
but
into it.
yeah, so and then that's the other thing that's going on right now with a lot of these celebrities, like the old hit celebrities, where they're saying there was a lot of grooming. I mean, they're pulling Russell Simmons into this, with the grooming.
Mm.
So it's just
Oh,
like, go ahead.
I can see that. Is that how Jamie Foxx ended up getting put this, or is Jamie Foxx just basically birds of a feather type
Yeah,
situation?
it's something totally different. Like everybody's getting hit with something right now,
Yeah.
and this was a culture though. This was a culture,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
the funny thing about it though, uh, with Diddy, they were saying that a lot of the people that were on Bad Boy are either dead or broke right now. And I was like, "Dang, that's messed up." But then somebody brought up that, what about Little Kim and Mary J. Blige? Well, both of them, they were considered bad boy, but they were actually signed to different companies. So they
Yeah, Lil
technically
Kim
was,
said she was never signed to Bad Boy.
yeah, they were never signed to bad boy. So
Yeah.
when you start thinking about that, it's like everything, bad boy was built upon has been basically built for Diddy. That's it.
But that's what I was about to say. Look at all the artists though. For real, for real. Look at
Mhm.
all the groups that was on Bad Boy. Let's just start. Like, let's just go back to the '90s. One of my favorites, Shine.
Mhm.
He doesn't do music anymore. Mace, he's is Mace still a pastor or is he back to his
He's
own record
back.
label now?
He's doing a
Okay, so
podcast. Yeah,
Mace. Then you
yeah.
got Black Rob. He went to jail, didn't he?
No, Black Rob.
Is he out?
No, I think he died.
Did he die? But he went to
Yeah,
jail first too, didn't he?
yeah.
Or was that Sean that
Mm,
went to jail? Okay.
so
Then you got three I was about to say 3 6 Mafia, Junior Mafia.
mhm,
Then you got Total not
mhm.
doing nothing. Junior
I forgot
Mafia
about
not doing
Total.
nothing. You got 112 not doing nothing.
Mhm,
You got Day 26 not doing nothing. You got Vanity Kane not doing nothing. Danity Kane, sorry. Not doing nothing. Who else did he have? Mary J. Blige was never actually his. Faith Evans. I don't she jumped ship after her. And I think she was yeah, anyway.
mhm,
You got a lot of people that was on Bad Boy, hell, Cassie. None of
mhm,
them really made for real money. Like they didn't these are they have Little Kim, I think, and Junior Mafia are probably, and even 112 are probably the closest to it. Mace's first album was really good too.
mhm.
But you had like look at J Lo in the height of her career, she got into that little flumble with all the stuff going on with P Diddy and surrounding him and the bodyguards and the club and all that stuff. She jumped ship, which a lot of people was like, oh, at the time they were like, oh, J Lo jumped ship, she ain't down. Da, 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 da. She
Mhm.
was smart because she
Right.
was really at the peak of her career. Her career was about to skyrocket, and look at her now.
Mhm.
She is considered a legend, an icon. She's a triple threat. She dances, she sings, and she acts. And
Right.
she does hosting. Like she makes money, like real money, not doing shit at all.
Mhm.
She married Mark Anthony, which gave her back to that good girl image, kind of. Then went back to her Ben Fleck or Benifer situation, and I mean,
Benifer.
I guess yeah. I guess what I'm saying is like, if you really look at all the artists and groups that came out of Bad Boy, where are all of them now? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I guess
Yeah.
you could look at a lot of artists like that, a lot of record labels like that, but
But I mean, it's kind of hard to say that about a lot of them that kind of came up from the mud type situation because even though they had their their issues, no limit, they still come together and do stuff. Cash
mm,
money, they still come together and do stuff.
yeah,
It's a lot of them that where they came from the mud and they get out and make things happen. I mean, shoot, even Motel and still get together and do stuff.
yeah. That's true. That's true.
you
I
know,
don't know. I mean, I was never like a huge I was never a huge Bad Boy fan because I loved Tupac. I felt like a
oh,
traitor, during
so
that time, but
so
once
when they had
everything
that
died
beef,
down, I started listening, yeah, because even when 12 didn't come over with Jagged Edge or Drew Hill for me
mm,
until later on when Slim started making his own music. I mean, they have some songs, don't get me wrong. They do got some songs, and of course, Total had Kissing You, and I don't even know what else Total
I was
had.
about to
But
say,
the
is that
girl
like the only song they had was "Kissing You"?
no, they had some other stuff, and they was on some other stuff.
I can't think
I
of
think
nothing
they
else
were
they got.
they were features a lot more, but they started dancing like
Yeah,
Pete, like Puffy in all the videos.
yeah.
I was good on that, but
That's back when everybody had their sidekick. So you had Puff Daddy, with Biggie, and then you had Jay Z and Dame Dash. Everybody had their
but
little
but
their little
wait a minute,
sidekick in the
wait a
video.
minute. I remember a couple years, maybe it was about a decade ago. I remember somebody went on the radio and it was a rapper. I can't remember who it was, and he was like, "Come on, man. Diddy always in the videos. Who you know?" Maybe I think it was Suge Knight. I want to say it was Suge Knight. Who always got their producer dancing in the videos and shit. I want to say it was Suge Knight,
Probably.
but that was a whole interesting situation. But I don't know. What's the girl from Danity Kane, the blonde haired girl? Because she the only one still kind of relevant. She kept telling everybody, Like, she been telling everybody, like, "Nah, I don't want my royalties back because if you give me my royalties back, I'm not making no money."
Mm.
She made more money the way that they had it because she also said that the contract stated that if he gave them their whole catalogs, that they could never say anything about his company, his son's company, or his mother's company ever in the press. Like, there was an NDA attached to them receiving their royalties back.
Wow.
So I
Allegedly.
thought that was super interesting, you know?
Mhm.
But this, you know, this is the cancel culture. I was telling you about how they was trying to cancel how they are. I don't know how far effective it is about, you know who Matt Rife is?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
comedian
the
that
comedian
really
that just blew up out of nowhere, it seems like.
TikTok and shorts. Honestly, I love you, Matt Rife, but I think he's funnier on his skits. Not skits, his shorts. Like those little like I watched his Netflix. Now let me just say this, before all of the cancel culture, when the Netflix special aired, I watched it the first day because Mike watched it. And when he told that joke, I mean, it was funny, but at the same token, I was like, "Oh, this ain't gonna go over well." That was exactly what I thought. I was like, "This ain't gonna go over well at all."
Mm.
Like, okay. So now then, like, a couple days later, I started hearing about oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I started hearing about people canceling him, and I'm like, "Damn."
Mhm.
I think you have to be like, the unfortunate thing, especially with comedians, should they be excused? Not necessarily, but it's funny to me that somebody can scream free speech, free speech, free speech when it benefits them.
Oh, yeah.
But then when everything, like everybody is so sensitive, and I understand why we have
Mhm.
like racial sensitivities and devious sensitivities and things like that. But at the same token, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, like articulate what my thought process is. I guess in my opinion, like some things can be like, hey, you know, this might have been a tasteless thing at the time. I just thought that we were just going to consider it art, but obviously it didn't go over well. A genuine apology and move on. Hey, I learned from this, move on. But then when you censor artists, what do you actually get? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah, I understand, but I mean,
Tell
right
Picasso
now.
don't paint titties back in the 1800s or 1600s or whenever he was painting. Like, don't paint those little weenies on those plastered statues. That's offensive. Little kids don't need to walk around and see weenies. But back then, they walk, you know, it was a cultural norm.
Yeah,
So it wasn't
yeah.
insensitive. But so now it's like everything is like, David, you're too dark. If I say that, now
I
I'm gonna
was
get
about
canceled.
I was about to say, "Dang, for real? On camera? Dog."
I'm too light and I'm not even white. Like anything I say, like people say, you cannot have freedom of speech unless it benefits the person it's just weird. Like all
Yeah.
these Karens, because Imma just say this and I know it's gonna be whatever. They started saying Karens about Caucasian women that was messing with racially profiling, you know, brown and black people. But I've seen some videos of some brown and black Karens for
Mhm.
sure. You're not even paying attention. What are you reading?
No, I'm reading all this stuff about Matt Wright, just back and forth people been talking about.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
know a girl that she has a pretty big following, and she had made a comment about it, and, like, some of her followers, like, started unfollowing her, and I was just like, "Okay, let it." You know, it's I mean, I understand because I have a big following too, definitely not like her on TikTok, but on
Right.
Facebook, I have a pretty big following, and, it's growing, of course, and so I understand that, but at the same token, you know, I think I'm respectful with how I articulate what I say and do, but at the same
Yeah.
token, I'm still me, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't think people should have to change themselves per se or their artistry. I think adjusting and being understanding of people's feelings, like with this Matt Rife situation. I don't think he should have to change his artistry, but adjusting with something so sensitive if people are so sensitive about it or how he
Mhm.
said it, you know what I'm saying? Same thing
Mhm.
with, like, Dave Chappelle. Remember there was that big ordeal with him talking about the LGBTQ community
Yeah,
in his
and
joke?
then, and then on top of that, his views on the Hamas, Israel, fighting. He
Mm, I
it's a
didn't
lot
see
of
that.
people that yeah, a lot of people walked out of, the comedy club because, how he voiced his opinion about how he thought, of course, war is wrong. And, them killing, innocent bystanders, for this war has just been, this outlandish to even think that, people would just stoop that low, just
Yeah.
because they want to go ahead and prove a point. Like, no, it's not right. So, he voiced his opinion about it. There's a lot of people that feel like, we should be fighting. Some A lot of people feel like it's not our war to even be dealing with, you know. So you can't
Yeah,
please
that's tough.
everybody. You can't please everybody when it comes down to stuff like that.
No, and I think that's the I think we have to come to some type of agreement or medium there because some of the stuff that is said is highly offensive, and some of it is just a tasteless joke, and
Hmm.
then others is really just a joke, and you can just laugh and just move on. Again,
Right.
I understand when people are going through certain situations in their life, and, like, like right now, I'm sensitive to things that cause grief. I'm sensitive to things, like my sister today, something happened today, and she said, "Grandpa would be so proud of you."
Mm.
And that kinda hurt my feelings, but I know her intention was to
Right.
uplift me in that moment, but it kinda made me sad instead. It
Yeah.
did the polar opposite of what her intention was, but I didn't say anything. I just, kinda moved on to the next topic and left it at that because I know that I am sensitive to that right now, so I handle myself
Right.
accordingly, you know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
I think that's why we walk such a fine line now in 2023 that we didn't walk in 1990 or 95 or 99 or even 2000s, you know?
Hmm.
Hell, Juvenile was back having everybody and an auntie and a cousin backing that ass up.
True. True. True.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. Let's switch gears just real quick since we're talking about cultural sensitivities. Let's talk about these snitches that's coming out. Like you said earlier that how things are like everything, stuff is like connected. Some happened. Cassie filed this with P. Diddy, which by the way, P. Diddy was already kind of in the news because of allegations of, other stuff. But
Hmm.
it kinda just had a ricochet effect with other people that kinda got pulled into his drama, which
Right.
I feel like is the same going on with Jada Pinkett Smith. Like, she's doing her book, she's doing these interviews, and now all of a sudden first of all, Tasha K wanna lose all the little money she might earn at all.
Tasha K ain't got no money no more. I
No crap, and
mean,
that's why she's trying to earn it to pay Cardi, that's why she can't quit, but she do the interview with dude. Now, this is my thing. Will Smith's supposed childhood friend. Number
mhm,
1, what's his motive?
right,
Because if he's his childhood friend, they 50 or whatever, what's your motive, bro?
right,
2, if it was real, like, legitimate, why would you go to Messy Blog Tasha K?
mhm,
Why would you not go to a real, like, real
reputable,
show?
yeah, a reputable
Yeah, like The
show,
Breakfast Club or something like that, or a real situation that you're trying to, you know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Like
mhm,
this dude dropped bombshells, whether true or not, weren't yours to drop. He talked about alleged domestic abuse where he caught her having sex with somebody, he said. It was a rapper. No, no, no. I don't even remember who he said it was, but he said Will beat her up so bad that they had to build a hospital inside the house so that word didn't spread of it. Then he talked
mm,
about how they was looking for him and Dwayne Martin had him allegedly bent over, and I'm like, "What the hell?" This dude got
Mhm.
something, he's mad. This dude was mad. 'Cause then
Yeah.
everybody start bringing up Lisa Ray, and if anybody actually like that's another thing about snippets. People only put out a little piece. But if you ever
Mhm.
watch those interviews that Lisa Ray originally did, she said the reason why she was mad at Dwayne is because Dwayne was her friend. She
Mhm.
introduced him to her husband, and he started introducing her husband to other
The other
women.
women. Yeah.
Yeah, she never said that they was she said she lost her husband because Dwayne, but it was because and she went on multiple interviews and said the same thing.
Same
He
thing.
started
Yeah.
introducing and taking her husband around other women. He was starting to mess with other women, and that was supposed to be her brother. Like, "You supposed to
Mhm.
be my people, you taking Mike around, and now Mike's cheating on me with the people that you're introducing him to." That's a different
Yeah, that's a
ball
different
game.
thing. Yeah. And you know about it and you ain't saying nothing about it because you the one instigating it.
Right.
So yeah,
You the
it's
one doing it,
yeah,
supplying the women.
yeah.
But now,
That
like, Jada Pinkett and now look, Dwayne Martin done got drug into this, and he's being called, unkindly words. Will Smith's
yeah,
whole like, they are trying to which sucks because they are really trying to just ruin this man and his entire reputation on the account of their hatred for his wife now. Like, she's
exactly.
tearing him down by herself, but they are
Yeah.
really trying to just tear him down, and that really sucks because he really didn't, other than he did smack Chris Rock, let me take that back, but
But I mean, it's almost kind of like, man, you feel for him and you almost wish that he really did have an Uncle Phil to go talk to right now in this moment.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I mean, all the stuff that's going on in his life, you can only imagine who he could talk to. Because it seems like the
yeah,
friends that he has only were around him for the betterment of what they could do or what they can get out of it. I mean, like, like you said, Dwayne,
right.
he couldn't even keep his stuff together with Tisha Campbell, Tisha Arnold or Campbell, yeah,
No, you're
whatever.
right. Tish Campbell,
So I'm just
which
like, so it's just
mm,
like, man, like all of them just had mess going on. It was just messy. It is messy,
right,
messy, messy. So
and she waited until they were divorced to say he abused her, making her allegations as well. I don't even know, they never actually said why they got divorced, but she obviously later on said that he abused her and things like that,
yeah, I
but,
mean, it was a lot of stuff going on. It was a lot of the stuff that Lisa Ray was talking about.
yeah.
It's just it was a lot of mess going on, and then fraudulent things going on with property. You know,
With
so
with Lisa Ray and her husband? Or
no
are you talking
with
about
Dwayne.
Dwayne Martin?
Yeah,
Ooh. That's like a DJ Envy. DJ Envy, we already talked about this, but he need to just go ahead and take that L because the deeper this get with him, the more and the Breakfast Club is really suffering at this point
right
because
now
you
it
got
is. It is. It's like after Angela Yee left, it just
and
seemed
DJ Envy
like
about to go to Shale.
yeah, it seems like he's about to go to Shell.
Shale.
He's
That's
gonna
what
go to
Mike might say.
Shell.
We're gonna go to
Shell.
Shale, mommy. Yeah. Sad, sad. Are we getting comments? Because I cannot see any comments.
No, there's no comments today.
Okay.
At
I
least
just
not
want to
yet.
make sure. Well, honestly, I think a lot of the people that are involved in all these quote unquote scandals,
Hmm.
it really sucks for the people that are getting dragged down with them.
Oh yeah, it
For real,
sucks
for
for a lot.
real.
It sucks for a lot of them right now. I mean, it just seems like a lot of people don't take that into account, and I think what it is with a lot of these celebrities, it's kind of like that old saying where you don't throw stones when you live in a glass house
Mm,
type situation. Because it
yeah.
seems like a lot of them already have skeletons in the closet, so they don't want to cause too much of a ruckus because they know at some point that somebody could drag their stuff out into the light that's been
Don't
hidden in
piss
the
off the
darkness.
Illuminati.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of like how who was it that was kicking hard for a minute? You were hearing stuff about from her, Jaguar Wright or Jones. What's her name?
Who? Who?
What is her name, man? She was going off about them real bad. And she was just like, yeah, they ain't even right. Ain't nobody right when it comes to celebrities.
I think that they do. I mean, who knows if it's truly Illuminati or not? Obviously, a secret society, but I
Yeah.
think that there are rules. I think that there are rules when you get to a certain status
Hmm.
and when you start to push back because you've gotten so big, like, you know, because think about it, like, how the fuck did Kim Kardashian get a sex tape and now she's so fucking like calculated, and they don't there's no talent at all in their whole family. The only thing they're really Kylie's the only one that actually really started a business, and then
Hmm.
Kim decided like, they had their store, Dash or whatever, but come on, you ain't making millions off no damn boutique sitting on Rodeo Drive.
I mean, but they orchestrated a lot of that stuff. I mean, when you start
Yeah.
going into that, I mean, shoot, Ray J even had an interview about it. It's just like, they had a whole talk about should we release the tape and all that good stuff. I mean, it brings you back to even Paris Hilton. You remember her?
Mhm. She had her
It's
one too.
yeah. So it was like one of those to do things to become relevant, and then basically once you put yourself up there on that platform, is
Mhm.
you do something to stay relevant. And what they did is they changed the whole entertainment you know, outlook when it came to reality TV. It's like, okay, we'll go ahead and follow the Kardashians. Like, who are the Kardashians? Who gives a care about the Kardashians? Apparently, people want to know, you know,
Yep. Because
because
they didn't have that one show no more, Laguna Beach no more.
yeah. So they had a lot of mess going on for people to stay entertained. But it was to me, I was like, well, I don't care less about who the hell they are.
Yeah, I don't ever watch them, and I don't they don't entertain me. It's just interesting that, you have people like that that get like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, like, they literally came up off it being influencers, which is fine, like, because obviously that's, like, the thing to do. I mean, I have a lot of people that follow me because of the cooking videos, so I understand, but I think some of these people are like the level of accountability and responsibility you should have when you have so many when you are capable of influencing millions of the next generation. I think you have to be socially responsible in some of those areas, in those arenas. Like some of the shit that these people do, like how everybody was doing these, what was that, the choking pass out challenge, and
Yeah.
things that were freaking dangerous as shit.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. But I think it's interesting that people like Jay-Z and Beyonce, nobody fucks with them at all. You don't hear no, like, you hear a little bit about Jay-Z cheating and all this other stuff,
Mhm.
but you'll get a little glimpse of it. It don't blow up no bigger than that, and it's done.
Right, and that's pretty much it.
And it's
They
normally around
keep
the time that they're about to secretly drop an album or something, or
but
do something. They got a
they keep
project.
everything out of the headlines, so then you don't have to worry
Right.
about them having any issues with any type of conspiracies or anything going on with them.
Right.
So, that's one thing you can say about it. It's like they
Mhm.
had that one blow up and that was it.
The Elevator, and then they
Yeah.
had the Lemonade album.
Yeah, the Lemonade album that resulted from the elevator incident,
Right. Right.
and that was it. And they kept it pushing, and you don't
Yep.
hear about them at all. The only
Yeah.
thing you hear about now is just like how Blue came on the Renaissance tour and started dancing, and worked hard to be a part of the show, and
And she looks
that's
just like her mom when she was young. Oh my
yeah,
god.
that's it's amazing, to be able to do that, to have the generational wealth, and give her an outlet, a legacy.
Mhm.
So that is a beautiful thing to be able to do that. But with a lot of these other ones, man, it's just kind of like, man, what do you got to show for it?
Yeah. And then I saw, like, I felt bad because they stay quiet on everything, which is a good thing because they don't fuel the fire. But I
Mhm,
saw that, like, Beyonce's dad's affair chick that had the baby,
mhm,
she's like, I guess she felt like Solange and Beyonce should offer some kinda help, and I'm like, Solange and Beyonce did not make him. Not I mean, I get she if she woulda said, "I think they should try to have a relationship with their brother," or
mhm.
something like that. No, she wants financial gain, and
Yeah,
then she said the relationship, but they didn't lay down and make him, so that's not their responsibility, and she tried to, like, drag him in the media, drag especially Beyonce in the media, like, "Girl, bye." They didn't
but I
do nothing,
mean,
like, if it's their choice and they're super close to their mom, so I can understand them. It's not the baby's fault, but at the same token, you can't force something that doesn't fit, you know what I mean?
of course. I mean, that makes sense. But I mean, when you deal with people like that, man, that's all they want is money. It's money.
Right,
It's like
right.
what is your motive? You know, what was your motive behind the relationship? It wasn't like you were with that person for love. It was because of who they were, you know,
Exactly.
their social standing. It's like, dude, if you really wanted to build anything with this person, you should have been wanting to have that relationship with that person after the relationship was gone. At least have some type of being a you know, be cool or cordial. But,
Mhm.
instead you're reaching out to the celebrity daughter. It's like, what is that?
She's the
How's
celebrity, right.
yeah, how's that make sense? You know?
And you're trying to drag her in the media to get the attention of who, though?
Exactly. Exactly. If anything, you would have more to stand on if you were like 50 Cent's son, you know, and he was like, mad because 50 was giving him 5 grand a month or something like that for child
Oh,
support.
no.
And
No.
he's like, yo, I'd rather give you this 5 grand for an hour of your time or something like that. You know, it would make more sense that way because there's like direct blood between them,
Wait a minute,
verse
that ain't what he originally said, no. His son? 50 Cent's son was tripping because he said it wasn't enough.
but I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. I was about to say 50 Cent's son was tripping just like King was tripping with Did you see that? Sorry, I know they kinda just flipped the whole thing, but did you see that live?
Dude, I had to really sit back and listen to it
Me
because I'm
too.
like, bro, he said that you never dealt with roaches crawling on you. And he was just making it seem like he's about that life and he know what the struggle is. And his dad was like, you don't know what you're talking about. And you trying to say that you never had a silver spoon in your mouth, but yet you were on TV on a reality TV show about your dad and mother being celebrities and making a life for y'all. It's
Dude,
like
you
you
lived in
can't.
a fucking
It's
whether you
like
lived
you
with your
live.
grandma or not, they still had
Yeah,
the grandma still had a nice ass house.
yeah. You live in a gated community. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Makes no
I
sense at
so
all.
I only saw the part where he was on the live and he had the phone in his hand and he was yelling and stuff, and then he was telling Tiny, "You need to get him, you need to get him." And then I heard T.I., like, and it was, in the background, but then I heard T.I., next thing you know, I heard him was like, "Dude, you don't wanna see me, bro." And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
You told him.
as sad as that is, sometimes everybody gotta tighten up they
Hey,
kids.
I mean, in all actuality, man, I don't blame him putting his hands on his son because at some point, as men, as from boys to men, we get to that point where we start smelling ourselves and we think that, look, man, I got pissed and I got hair on my balls. I'm ready to rumble.
Mm.
And I'm gonna try daddy one good time and see if I can knock him off. He an old man, he ain't gonna be able to take it. But they don't realize it's like it's a reason why he been around longer than I have, you know? And
I don't look
he
forward to that with my son and my
man, I
husband
mean
because
he
they
gonna
run
learn.
now.
No,
They
it's
rumble now.
it's gonna be one of them days where Mike is gonna step up and think he gonna be able to do something. And Mike is gonna knock him down a couple pegs.
He do it. He step up now, and I be like,
Nah,
"Oh my god," I be having a no, David.
it's
I be having to
it's
step in the middle.
it's gonna be one of them times where you're gonna be like, these dudes is really fighting. They
I
are
don't ever want to
fighting.
see that. If my
They are fighting.
I
Look,
get that it's probably like a
uh,
passage to life
it's
when it
yeah,
comes to for boy to men, but I don't ever wanna see my husband
it's
put his hands on my son.
it's one of them things, and I'm like, I pray that it doesn't happen like that for him. That he doesn't smell himself like that. But shoot, even my cousin and his dad got into it, and I was just like, God, dog, like, yeah, he got put through a glass table. So
I remember the first time, and I think this is like I remember the first time my nephew and my brother-in-law got into it. I thought that they were playing at first because my nephew,
exactly.
my nephew, his mouth, he's just super clap back clever. I thought they
Hmm.
was playing. Next thing you know, I said, I was like, "Oh shit. Oh shit. This is real. This is really
Yeah,
happening."
yeah,
And I had
and
to the only thing I could think of was taking other 2 boys in another room, like, so they didn't see it, but I was just like, "Damn." But it
yeah,
wasn't bad. It wasn't, it wasn't bad, like, it wasn't like, it was a quick knock, knock, sit down, who you talking to, calm your ass
hmm,
down, deep breaths type situation. But for
yeah.
my son and my husband, like, the way that they go at each other now when they're mad, I
Hmm.
can only imagine how it will be when Mike becomes a teenager. So, I do my best to try to teach him humility and how to walk away, but they both have those they
Strong,
can't let
strong personalities.
they just can't let the shit go. Neither one
Hmm.
of them. They ain't strong personality. That's not no strong personality.
They got strong
Let it go,
personalities.
move on. No, they both gotta get so this is how they both operate, right? If they have a thought in their head,
Hmm.
don't matter if they're right, wrong, or indifferent. If that thought is in their head and you say, "You know what? Just kill it, we're done with it."
Right.
They ain't shutting up until that full thought comes
It
out
done.
of their mouth.
Mhm.
"Dude, shut up." But I'm saying, "Blah, blah, 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 shut up. Blah, 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 blah," but it's over with. It been over 20 minutes. Blah, blah, but I'm blah, 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 blah. Both of them. So can you imagine 2 people like that going at it?
Mhm.
You know what I did to both of them?
What?
Walk the fuck away and
Yeah.
ignore them both until they about to start fighting. As soon as they start fighting, then I gotta step in. But, anyway, I was gonna with the other thing, that you were just talking about, I was gonna mention how Tyrese and his ex-wife or whatever, when we were talking about the Beyonce situation, he did that Joe Budden interview,
Mhm.
and if she did some kinda live or whatever, they always respond and post or whatever. I
Mhm.
thought it was super interesting that she really is like she went on a podcast or an interview and basically said, "I left him because everybody was in my ear. No, he didn't cheat on me. No, he didn't do all this." And was then kinda insinuated she would take him back or get back with him or whatever.
Mhm.
I think what it was is that she thought that the prenup was gonna be void because she had his baby and they had been together for at least 5 years.
Mhm.
She probably thought her time was up and she was gonna get more money than what she thought because now she's trying to up the child support to $20,000 and Tyrese was like, "Dude, I don't when my daughter was living with me, I didn't spend $20,000 a month on her. Why would I spend $20,000 a month on her now?
Right.
Like, what does she need that's gonna cost $20,000?"
Mhm.
And so, people are like, "Well, she's gotta live the same lifestyle that she was living." So basically my guess is that like, he should be, paying for the house that she lives in or whatever else, is that what people is thinking,
Mhm.
but I just find it super interesting that now we all know Tyrese got his problems, but I find it interesting that a woman that was with this man married at least 5 years and has a daughter with him, you just up and left him because your friends was in your ear, but he didn't
Mhm.
cheat on you. He didn't do nothing to hurt you. He wasn't abusive towards you. You don't make no sense. Does that make sense to you, David?
I mean, it happens, man. Some people they think the grass is green on the other side, and they get over there and realize they could have just watered their own lawn, and stayed to their own business, and now they out there like
Whew.
two sheets in the wind, and realizing that ain't nothing really out there for them. I mean, that's like Tia Mallory right now. She ended up divorcing her husband, and now she's like she can't date. She can't find nobody to date. Nobody want to date her, and then she's hanging out with her ex husband. On the holidays, looking.
They probably doing that for their kids. This is their first year.
But I'm just
Their first
saying.
year. They've
I'm
been
just
together a
saying.
long time.
I'm just saying though. It's kind of
You think
like
she was trying to go back because of the damn she can't get no date? Shit, she probably better off single anyway. Just come give me some of that womp womp and
nah,
then gone
man.
about your
Shit,
business.
it
That's what I
ain't.
would
It
do. If
ain't.
me and Mike ever got divorced, well, I ain't going back. Just come back. Just come by, holler at me,
I'll
on a
come by,
late night
holla at me.
tip and
That's
then
your
gone about your
problem.
business.
That's your problem, man. These scenarios come up, and you just insert yourself. Like if this
I'm
ever
just
happened
well,
with me and Mike,
that's how I am. I am relatable to everything. I feel
mm,
like that's how I understand and comprehend things is relatability.
look, I put myself
But
into this. This is where I'm at.
I'm just saying, it's the truth though. If me and Mike ever got divorced, I told him already, and you can ask him. I told him this shit years ago. If we ever got divorced, we gonna still keep humping. He said, "What if I get
Hmm.
a girlfriend? You gonna have to tell her that you can't hump her. You're celibate or something because your ex-wife. Y'all just gonna we just gonna because there's too many things out there. People now, everybody got you know, them things. No, I ain't trying to. I'm good. Nope, nope. It's either him or some double A bunny rabbits.
Sometimes I
They
wonder.
keep go. I'm just saying.
Sometimes I
Don't
wonder.
wonder. Wonder,
Why
wonder,
am I
wonder.
here? Why am I here?
Anyway,
Shoot.
anyway, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I know you were DJing and all that.
Man, my Thanksgiving, I
Did a
was
shit a ton of turkeys.
I was wanting to cook, but I was like, I ain't gonna be able to do all this stuff because I had to do the DJ event on Wednesday and Thursday. So, back to back on that. So I was like, man, I could cook something Wednesday night. And I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that to myself. That's too much to have on my plate. And then turned around on Saturday, I ended up cooking 7 turkeys. Smoked 7 of them jokers.
Mm, I
7
think that
birds
was
are
part of my
flying.
problem. I think that was part of my problem because I cooked on Thanksgiving and I was so drained, like so exhausted. Then Friday, we went and did our Christmas caroling for an hour, but it was freezing outside. After I came back, I did not go out of this house. I went to Cargo Largo for a little bit on Saturday
Where's
with
Cargo
the
Largo at now?
Independence.
Oh, it's that one spot still. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just excuse me, they just made a bigger building like next door. Huge building next door. Mike had never been to Cargo Largo or Ollie's. And I took him to
Yeah.
Ollie's when we went to KNG. And he was like I was like,
Yeah.
This is kinda just like, Cargo Largo." He's like, "What's Cargo Largo?" So, his mom and them was out there shopping Saturday, so I was like, "You know what? Let's roll out there real quick," and by the time we got there, they left, but, we went out there and then, I came back home and got into bed. Like, right now, I know you
Hmm.
probably can't tell, I'm sweating, like, I'm hot.
Really?
That's what
That's
I've been
no
going
good.
through, like yeah.
That's not good. So, yeah, Cargo Largo, huh? I'm gonna have to peep that out. I haven't been out there in
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah, they got a new one now. It's
Mm.
kinda it's a lot more organized than the first one. One of
The
my
other
friends is a
one,
graphic designer out there for
they
them.
used to crack me up because they used to just have busted crates. Like, here you go, serve yourself, have a good
Mhm.
time. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and now they're like when I went out to the one that they had before this one, it wasn't organized at all, it's just things was just there. Now it's a little bit more organized, so that's a good thing.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, go check it out. They had some interesting little thing, but also, like, the prices to me, in my opinion, this new store, they kinda went up on their prices because some
Of
of the stuff
course.
is like, why would I buy excuse me, I told you I wasn't feeling good. I put
Well,
my,
shoot,
I took my meds
we ain't
before
gotta
this, but
stay. We ain't gotta stay on here much longer. Shoot.
I know because I see you about to go. You about to go snuggle
Uh,
bunny? Snuggle
nah, I ain't about to go
bunny. Ooh,
snuggle bunny, but
ooh.
shoot,
Mhm. You
I
lie, you
could
lie.
I could
The
take
truth
some
ain't in
time
you.
to let my eyes go down because I mean I can see him in my camera. I'm like, man.
I know that's why I keep looking up here because I have my light and I keep
Mhm.
looking like, "Damn, can you see how much sweat is on my forehead?" But you probably
No,
can't
because you
then.
got it's super bright.
The light, the light.
Your forehead is glowing. It look like you got a
Yours is
glowworm
glowing
sitting on your
too.
forehead.
You
My
have a really that's because 'cause I'm a lighter than, the average
exactly, lighter Dan.
person on this podcast.
Lighter Dan.
But I'm, like, super sweaty, like, I went to the doctor today and he was like, "It's probably the toxins coming out of your body." I
Dang,
was like,
you
"Yeah, let's hope
toxic?
so." No, no, no.
They're saying you
Just my
toxic.
pain and stuff, and
I
he's
got you. I gotta go
but
see the doctor tomorrow myself. See what's going on
yeah, I
and
love
just
this
follow
doctor.
up.
He spends more time with me talking about Mike than he does because he met Mike in person. He got to meet Mike in person probably about a month or so. When did I have surgery? October? So, like, mid-October, Mike went to the doctor with me. The
Mhm,
doctor was in there for 30 to 45 minutes.
mhm.
Maybe 10 minutes was about me. The rest
Yeah.
was about him and Mike. They talked about the Titanic. They talked about Legos. Mike showed him all this stuff. So then the next time I went to go see him, Mike had me do a video to show him that he had made a Lego Titanic and he had made it where you can break off where the Titanic broke off so he could sink it in the bathtub. So I had to make a video. So then the next time I went back to the doctor, I didn't even say anything to him. He was like, "Where's my boy at?" I was like, "Oh, he's at school, but he did send you a gift so you could see." So today
Mm,
he walks in, he was like, "Hey, what's up? Where's my boy at?" I was like, "He's at school." He was like, "Oh, listen, you need to take him." So he spent 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes in the room today talking about Mike and what I need to do for Mike for
mhm,
Christmas and take him here, and here because and then wrote down all like he wrote down all this whole list of places that YouTube things for Mike to watch.
mhm.
So it's really interesting. The
Okay.
relationship that my doctor, my surgeon, and this guy is the medical director at the hospital.
Oh,
So
wow.
he ain't like he's probably a busy dude, but
Mhm.
he really takes time to check on Mike. So I think that's really interesting. But anyway, he's a great doctor too, so I really like him. But yeah, me and my sweating. Listen,
Man,
David,
take a
next
bit
week
but the bed, shoot.
I'm about to. I'm about to. Next week, I'm excited to talk to you about a topic, and we've already kind of crossed it before, but now I think you're in a different headspace, which is why I want to tackle it again because I think your headspace is very different than the previous times we've talked about it on We Time podcasts.
My headspace is
Even in
different. Okay.
yes, your headspace is different, your situation is different.
Okay,
So
okay.
let's talk about it. But
Let's
until
talk
then,
about it. Let's
yes,
talk
and get some
about the
writing
birds
done.
and the
And the
bees.
bees and the big
Yeah.
old apple trees. Oh, speaking of, we gotta get some. We'll talk about that offline. You guys, thanks for tuning in to the We Time podcast every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock with your boy
We
DJ
attempt to do it
Span.
every Tuesday night, so
Yeah,
we're
he
trying to be
messes up.
better about it. Yeah, it'd
But
be
can you
me.
believe it? We're at
It'd be me.
58 minutes and 57 seconds. Now we're
Yeah.
at 59 minutes. Boom, shakalaka. It was David this time. That I just would like to put that out there.
Hey, you know what? I
Tap in,
had
you guys. Tap in next week.
yeah, tap
You
in
had
next
what?
week.
A
We'll be
technical
here.
difficulty.
No,
Technical difficulty.
last week, no, I ended up having to get all the logistics on that event that I had to do at the T-Mobile Center.
Oh, yeah, and I was gone to, caroling. We
Yeah,
had a
you Carolyn.
emergency caroling practice, so that's
Yeah.
fine. It's the holiday season. It's that
Mhm.
time. Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
Yep.
Sleigh bells
Right.
ring. Are you listening?
Yeah.
David's head is a glistening.
Yours is glistening
Beautiful
harder than
sun. I
mine.
know. I
Shoot.
better go. I gotta put some Vicks
Exactly.
Vapor Rubs on. Love you, D.
All right.
What? Judge me. Don't judge me. Bye,
I'm
y'all.
judging.
Tune in next time, next Tuesday, We Time Podcast with your girl, Tish Kanani.
DJ
And
Spin. I am.
I am. Holla. Hope I get a turkey leg soon.
Oh yeah.